Hello, my valuable and beautiful friends, and welcome. I'm Tativik. Today, we're going to discuss how to be more vulnerable and open. Vulnerability and openness is what we're lacking in nowadays society because we are pretending so much and everything is so much more with fakeness and shallowness. So, I really want to discuss this topic with you today to open your eyes that actually, as a human being, you're designed to be more vulnerable and more open in order for you to love, to get love, and also give love. Before I start, let me remind you that I do one-to-one consultations. You can also purchase my books. You can purchase my online courses, especially about self-esteem, confidence, self-love. I have a special courses for that. They're beautiful, and you can do it on your own terms at the time that is comfortable for you. You will also get all the summaries, you get exercises, you get homeworks. It's very actually exciting. So have a look at the website, see if you like anything, and then you can order it. And you can, of course, order any luxury products that you see in my videos or anything that I wear. Now let's start. In order for you to be vulnerable and how to be vulnerable and how to be more open, number one, what you want to do is to be honest. Now, it's very hard to be vulnerable if you are lying, because lies have nothing to do with truth. It's like day and night, very different. It's like darkness and light. For you to learn how to be vulnerable, you have to learn to be honest. In small things, in medium things, in max things, in very large things, in gigantic things. Honest. That means that you are not lying. That means if you don't want to go, you say, I don't want to go. You don't pretend. You do not be quiet and disappear. You say, I don't want. One time, my friend was inviting me to go to the movies. It was a really nice invite. I really like when she plans these things. And she sent me a picture of a movie where she wants us to go. And I don't like those type of movies. I don't really like. I like romance. And I said to her, I would love to go on a movie with you. And then we can go and shop, and then we can go and get some food. I said, but I don't like movies like this. I prefer this. I sent her options. She said, that's great, amazing, let's go. But I was honest. In order for me to actually have friendships, I need to be vulnerable. In order for me to be vulnerable, I need to be honest with myself first, and then with another person who is involved. I didn't fear to say what I think because I have to be honest. And when I was honest, she was honest next time. When I said, would you like to go to this restaurant? She said, I don't really like that food. Great, let's go to another restaurant. I have contacts in every luxury restaurant in the world. Don't you worry, child. The heaven has a plan for you, and the restaurants have a plan for you. So, number one is being honest. And I want you to be honest when you're dating. If you don't want, don't go on a date. Be honest with your friends and family. How you feel. You know, what happened? I feel this. Not you made me feel, but I feel down at the moment. So I don't want to go out. Honest. Expressing emotions. Nowadays, it's like forbidden to express emotions. We need to be these fake cold statues, like a robotic system is in the world. Everyone is so fake and so shallow. Not everyone, I'm exaggerating, but a lot of people. And what you want to do is you want to be honest, actually, and go against the grain. You want to go against everything that is happening, and you want to be honest with yourself. Because you see, the truth is, actually, you're going to harm yourself. Every time you pretend, you're shallow, you're fake, you're covering, you're hiding, you're actually doing to yourself. People that you do it with, they don't know that you're faking it. They don't know that you're lying. So you are harming yourself, nobody else. So when you're honest with yourself, you're honest with other people, your life is lighter and easier. The second tip, what I want you to for us to discuss, to actually be open, have this vulnerability in yourself, you have to actually be vulnerable. It's not an easy thing. We don't really want to be vulnerable. Vulnerable is like open to attack, open to a risk, open for a loss. But that's okay. Because if we are able to be vulnerable, with our thoughts, with our fears or insecurities or doubts, it's more likely that we're going to attract people who are going to be vulnerable with us as well. Have you noticed this interesting thing? Especially it happens with in relationship, romantic relationship, or friendships. You know, every time when I'm vulnerable with my friend, she becomes more vulnerable. Every time, you know, if I want to cry, I cry, she cries with me. And next time she cries. If I'm vulnerable and I show something, I share something about my man, about how I miss him, or maybe I want to see him, or something that makes me happy when I think about him, or I saw a dream of him, then she says, oh my God, you know what? I saw my man, and you know what? I miss him. So she is becoming vulnerable. She's mirroring my emotions. To be vulnerable, you actually have to be vulnerable without fear that someone is going to hurt you, without fear that it's risky. Being vulnerable, in my opinion, it's not even damaging or risky. It's just who human being has to be. Of course, choose wisely who are you vulnerable with. If there is a dangerous person, it's the middle of the night, you don't need to be vulnerable and say, you know, this reminds me childhood trauma. And then you have a session with a criminal. No, you run. But if it's a decent person, loving person, open person to yourself, to you, then you're very vulnerable with them. You're just being simply vulnerable. It means you are sharing the emotions that you might not share with other people. It might put you in a danger and a risk in your mind, but you are not actually putting yourself in a danger or a risk. It's just a limiting belief that you have. If I'm vulnerable, people are going to use you and abuse you, and nobody is going to ever use you or abuse you against your will. I can tell you the hardest, deepest things about my childhood. I can cry with you, and then you can use it against me. And you know what? It's not going to do nothing to me. Because it's you who chose to harm me. I'm not going to take that harm. I'm going to say, oh, okay, you didn't appreciate, no problem. But the reason that I need to be vulnerable, I'm actually being very healing towards myself. Every time when you're being vulnerable, you're healing some part of you. When you're saying something about your parents and you're crying, you're healing that parent wound. Every time when you're being vulnerable on a date and saying, you know, I'm actually a little nervous, I didn't know what to wear. They're like, oh my God, me the same. I didn't know what to wear. I didn't know where to take you to impress you, the guy is saying. So when you're becoming vulnerable, people are going to be vulnerable with you. And we're going to have more honest communications. It's going to be more honest, beautiful relationships. Now, the third point, in order for you to learn to be more vulnerable, you have to be authentic. That means you are not copying someone else. You are authentic you. Authentic means you are one original. You are a unique piece. In general, every human being is very unique. And maybe you don't know, but you have a very big potential. Every human being can become great. Greatness is in every one of us. It's installed because we are created in the image of God. So we can create things, create life. And actually everything you have in your life, you have created. So you do have divine power. It's just maybe you are not fully aware of it. But in order for you to be vulnerable, you have to practice more authenticity in your style. Do you see how authentic I actually am with my clothing, with my accessories, with my background? Let's be honest. Have you ever seen anyone to have a background like me? I'm not trying to impress. This is my vanity. I sit here. But no one is like me. I'm authentic. No one looks like me because I'm authentic. No one dresses like me because I'm authentic. And my authenticity makes me very beautiful. It makes me very attractive. It makes me very alluring because I'm not afraid to be authentic. By me being authentic, I'm actually very vulnerable because I'm different. I stand out. Everywhere I go, you should watch people. Watch them. They're shocked because I'm very authentic. I don't do any plastic surgery to look like everyone else. So if you saw me one time, you will remember it. And one time, a man approached me. He said something to me and I said, have you seen me before? He said, you? If I've seen you one time, I would never forget you. Because of your face, the way you dress, the way you carry yourself. No, it's the first time I see you and you are blowing my mind. So authenticity actually makes you vulnerable. And when you're vulnerable, you are becoming more attractive. Because nowadays people are surface level. Have you noticed? It's like on a surface. It's like just on the top of the water. No one is diving inside. Let's see what is there. There are treasures there. Oh, there is a ship sink there. Oh, look at all these fish. Look at all these beautiful flowers in the water. No one is going deep. By you being authentic, it means you're a very deep person. Because only the person who knows herself or himself can be authentic. Number 4, I want you to understand that you, in order for you to be more vulnerable and open, you actually want to be the real you. It means you are not copying other people's lifestyles to try to pretend that you are them. It means that you are not wearing what your friend is wearing just to be like her or like him. It means you're not buying another person's car just because it's right now in style. No, you buy the car that you desire. You can tell me anything you want. I'm still going to buy my favorite 2 cars, Porsche and Rolls-Royce. You can tell me anything you want. I love Ferrari, Lamborghini, Maserati, you say all these, yeah, they're very lovely. But I'm in love with those 2 cars since I was like a child. So I'm not changing my mind because the style is changing, because Bugatti is coming. Bugatti is cutie if you look at his face. You want to squeeze his face. But I prefer Rolls-Royce, okay? So by being real you, you're learning to be vulnerable with yourself, and you are actually accepting other vulnerability. It means if I am tired, this is my real me, the tired version of me, I say to a man or a friend or wherever I need to go that I'm very tired, I can't come today. I don't say and pretend that I don't want to come, or I hide, or I have plans. I say, I'm so tired. You know, I've been filming all night and I'm tired physically, so I can't come today. Can we reschedule? That is a real me, the tired version of me. Or opposite, if you're happy, you're very satisfied, they gave you gift, or my man is taking me on a date, he bought me flowers. The real me wants to hold the flowers immediately, wants to smell, and that's exactly what I allow to do myself. My little girl that lives inside of me, she's acting exactly the real way that she wants, and I'm smelling the flowers. Oh my God, this is so tasty, this is so amazing. It's like you want to eat the flowers, they're so smelling so lovely. And I immediately do it. I don't think, oh, but you know, you need to sit and be quiet and a little bit reserved. He's giving me a huge bouquet of beautiful roses. Pink roses. You know, pink roses have very sweet smell. Pink, yellow, and orange roses, they have very sweet smell. Red roses usually have deeper, like a bit like a colder type of a scent. So he gave me these flowers and I immediately start smelling them. And like, so nice. And he was mesmerized. He's like, I've never seen women smelling flowers like you do. I've never seen a woman who loves and adores flowers like you do. So next time he brought me flowers again. He said, because I know that you love flowers. He's making me happy. Because I'm expressing the real Tativik who loves flowers. I'm a flower. I love flowers. And that's why I'm getting more, because I'm being real me. I'm actually getting praise of being real me. Children are never thinking about plastic surgery. Children are not thinking about a special angle, which angle is beautiful. All my angles are perfection. Children are not thinking what other people will think about them if they cry, or if they run, or if they fall, or if they shout from happiness. They are real them. Authenticity and being real you are interconnected. And that is actually making you very, very attractive. When you are real you, when you're happy, you express your happiness. Why are you holding? If you don't like something, say, I don't like it. You don't need to shout, you don't need to fight. You say, you know, this conversation, I don't like this topic. That's a real me. I have my own boundaries. A real me has boundaries. I don't go certain places. I don't talk to certain people, not because I'm above anyone. I'm not above or below anyone. I just have my own standards, my own way of thinking, my own picture of life. A real you has a lot of boundaries, and boundaries make you to be healthy when you're vulnerable, that you're not afraid of sharing, of showing, of expressing. And lastly, what I want to tell you, that to become more vulnerable, you actually have to be open. And I will go even deeper, open-hearted. Your heart need to really be open, because for so many years you constrict your heart, you keep it quiet, you keep it closed. You don't love. You know, when you don't love, your heart also like shrinks. I want you to open your heart. Breathe and say, I am opening my heart now. Then say, my heart is open now. And say, I keep my heart open now. Open your heart. Openness means the way you look at people. Your eyes are open. People will pass by and they're on the phone. I'm like, you didn't even see that you just passed by next to a very beautiful woman. They just passed by. They were on the phone. They're not open to people. I love when people come. Sometimes I don't know them and they're like, hi. I'm like, so cute. I smile at them and I say, hi. I'm open. I'm not taking anything from them. They don't want anything from me, but they like that energy. So they can't wait to greet me. Babies come, you know, men always like smile. You know, women as well. They always come and compliment. Oh my God, what are you using? What are you wearing? What are you there? I'm like a walking catalog, you know, this is that. Like I can tell you everything. And I am very open, and people are very open with me. Everything I ever want, they give me. Sometimes I will walk somewhere and I say, I want this. They say, don't worry, don't even need to pay. One time I was traveling, I think it was Madrid, somewhere in Spain. And I passed by one hotel and I saw these beautiful peaches on the display. It was a restaurant window in the hotel. And I walked and I said, I just wish I can find these peaches and I buy them. And I was walking back to my hotel and I didn't have my wallet with me. So I was just walking. And then I was walking by and there was a shop and the nectarines were outside. And I was like, oh my God, I really want this. So I just took them and I start smelling them. And the owner say, come, take. I'm like, no, my wallet is there. He's like, don't worry, take 3. No, so now 1, take 3. I took these large, beautiful peaches and I was just enjoying them in the hotel room. What I'm trying to tell you is that actually by me being open, expressing myself, showing my desires, people are giving you things for free. One time I was in a store and I was smelling the perfume. It was a very expensive luxury oud and I was just smelling it and I was thinking about it, that I want it. And man came to me. He said, the way you're smelling, I would like to gift it to you. Would you like me to buy you this perfume? I was standing and I was looking. Is that a camera I had in? He did. But I knew it's my energy. So I was open. I said, sure. And he bought me a luxury oud. The next time, the same things. Wherever I go, this happens. I wanted a cake. I walked in the restaurant where I go very often. They say, oh my God, we haven't seen you for a month. Don't worry, the cake tea is on us. Wonderful. So now I'm not paying for things anymore. But people love my openness. That's why they're open with me. When you are open, you will notice that your heart is actually breathing full speed. You will notice that you're enjoying life. You will notice that people are drawn to you. Stop being cold. Stop being like this, you know, when you shrink your body, your mind, stop being it. Like I told you, stop being cold. You're not a cold princess. Stop being so distant from people. Stop being so reserved, so close-hearted. Open your heart, open your eyes, open your smile, open your hand. Yes, you can bless me. Yes, you can gift me. I'm ready. And most importantly, open your heart for love. You are created in this world to love. Whatever you're doing, trying to get some money, trying to get some fame, trying to take some pictures, whatever you're trying to impress me, I'm not impressed. Because you are not loving. You're not loving yourself. You're not loving your life. You're not loving other people. And because you don't know how to be vulnerable, people cannot love you. In order for you to be vulnerable, the biggest thing I want you to learn is actually you need to open your heart to love the world and love the people. And that's why I recommend people to heal and get married. Because the purpose is to actually have family into institution where we have healthy kids. When we create healthy, blessed tribes around each other, this tribe is blessed, this tribe is blessed. So we come together, here we go. We are blessing each other by showing each other examples. We used to live in tribes. This is a not new term. We can change it to community. with the social circle, but you have to have these blessings of loving each other. So now let's recap how to be more vulnerable and open. Number one, what you want to do is to be more honest. And in general, try to be always honest with yourself and with other people. Number two, we learn that we actually need to be vulnerable. We need to show what we feel, even our fears, even some childhood traumas, we share with them. And we're not afraid from that someone will damage, someone will do something, someone will harm, or it's risky. We are just sharing our heart with the right people, in the right amount, and in the right place. Number three, we discussed that being vulnerable means that you are being authentic. It means this is actually what you want. You do not hide things. You say, I don't like this. You're not afraid to dress authentically, go to the places that make you feel the most authentic, talk authentically, think authentically, and live authentically. Number four, we discussed that it's being real you, not a pretending version of you, not a cold-hearted version of you, not copying someone else, but being you, who you are. What do you like? What do you dislike? You share this, you communicate who you really are. And when you're being real you, you have more chances to date people who are also real themselves, to have friends who are also real themselves. And lastly, we discussed that in order for you to be vulnerable, you need to have openness. You need to be open and open-hearted. Open-heartedness means you love yourself, the world, others, and you allow and you receive love from other people and the world. You allow the blessings to flow in your life. You see, being vulnerable and open is a very deep topic, but even by you listening to this for a couple of minutes, you're already more open. You're already more vulnerable because I was open and vulnerable with you. So now you can be more vulnerable and open with yourself and people around you. And if we are like this, we will live more longer actually. We will have better society and healthier dynamics in relationships. Don't need to be cold, don't need to be arrogant, don't need to pretend, don't need to walk guarded, don't need to have these walls and gates around you. Be open, open your heart, and start loving the world. And the love that you give to the world will flood back to you multiple times bigger than you expect. Thank you so much for watching. Open your heart. Just say, my heart is open now. Go with your life, go on with your life with this vulnerable, pure, authentic, open energy. And of course, let me remind you, smile today, be vulnerable, be open, be loving, and enjoy your beautiful life.